So, welcome. I'm Peter Schmitz, the author of One Inspires Many, Be the One. And I'm here with one of my racing buddies, Jose Alejandro. Did I get it right?
Hey, you got it right.
No, say it.
Jose Alejandro.
I wasn't quite right, so
Yes.
but anyway.
Yeah.
But we together last year were on the Dare to Try development team, and this year we're on the elite team. But Jose has agreed to share his story with us today, so I'm just going to let Jose do a little talking here about what happened in your situation. Obviously, you're in a wheelchair.
Yes. I sustained a T12 injury due to a car accident.
Okay.
This was 4 years ago.
Okay. And tell me just briefly what happened. You got your.
I was coming home. I was being driven home.
Yeah, you were the passenger.
I
right?
was a passenger. I was not drinking. I had my seatbelt on. I was very comfortable going home. And I think I was at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Yeah.
It's one of those moments where you just don't see coming.
Yeah.
Life throws you curveballs, and they throw me a curve. I don't know. Bowling ball.
Yeah, you woke up in the hospital and you were
Yes.
paralyzed.
Yes, I just remember looking at the ceiling, seeing the blurry ceiling, and I recall a friend telling me, "You're gonna be okay. You had a car accident," and I didn't see his face. I just saw the silhouette. It was still blurry to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was it. But I do recall right at the moment of the accident, not crying, not saying anything, but I remember the sound I was making. I remember going like real hard of the, I guess, the pain.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember that.
Okay.
That and that blurriness.
But when this friend told you would be okay, did that register that you'd be okay, or did you know you were paralyzed?
No, I didn't know I was paralyzed then. I didn't register everything till days after the surgery. Even when the doctor told me, Jose, right after surgery, I was awake. He looked at me and he said, Jose, you will never walk again. You will never walk again. If there is maybe 1% chance, and I said 1% chance. Well, I say it now because then I heard it and I didn't register till days later. I said oh, I'm never gonna walk again. That was that was hard. That was a hard.
Yeah, that's a hard realization.
That was a hard blow. Yeah.
But somehow you got past that and you got into a chair and you got active again. So what was it that got you back involved? Now, before the accident, right, you were doing what, soccer and something else?
I did a little bit of boxing for 2 years, and before that I was just running and playing soccer.
But how did you get involved with triathlons? I mean, what got you started in this whole crazy sport?
Peter, I didn't even know what I was getting into.
Yeah.
This happened when I least expected. I was just hand cycling. Then this said, "Hey, let's go swimming." Besides hand cycling, we do swimming. I said, "All right, let's go. Let's do it." After that, I was introduced to the race chair, which I always wanted to try the race chair. It looked pretty cool to me. So
a race chair is what? No, tell me the audience what the race chair is.
It's the third and last discipline of the triathlon, which it's the equivalent of running.
Okay.
It's a bike that it has 3 wheels, two on the back, one in the front, obviously, and you propel yourself with gloves, into the rims.
Okay.
So it's the equivalent of running. It doesn't have a chain. It's just your propulsion.
It's all in your arms.
It's all in your arms.
How did you get it started with the race, the running race chair? Wasn't it through one of the local organizations?
This was through Dare to Try.
Through Dare to Try?
Yes, and swimming as well. Hand cycling, I started with RIC, the Rehab Institute of Chicago.
Okay.
And that's where I got started.
So 4 years ago, you had your accident, and this is your third season of racing.
Correct. Yes.
So you got involved in triathlons, I mean, hand cycles, to start right away.
Yes.
What got you motivated, inspired to go do something that crazy? I mean, you didn't do that before.
No.
You weren't a runner before, other than soccer.
I guess I wanted to test my limits. I wanted to test my limits. Right after, since I was in the hospital, I wanted to test my limits. I fell off the bed.
In the hospital?
When I was in the hospital, trying to transfer myself, when I would just show how to do it by myself once.
Wow.
The girls left, and I said, "Okay, I can do it by myself." No, I couldn't. I have no I didn't know what my point of balance was.
Okay.
But when they said, "Oh, you want to do a triathlon?" Since you already know how to do the hand cycling, the bike, and I mean the bike, the swimming, all that, I said, "All right." So I wanted to test myself, and I did.
And this was Dare to Try that got you started in that.
Yes.
Some of the people in Dare to Try.
Yes.
That you met at Rehab Institute of Chicago.
Yeah, this was my coach, Stacy.
Yeah, my coach too. So
yeah, all right then.
That's pretty interesting. But you got up and did it. That's what's amazing to me.
Well.
And shortly after your accident.
Yes, I started doing the hand cycle. I don't know, not even 6 months passed, and I started they invited me right away. They said, "Hey, we're doing a marathon. You want to do a marathon on the hand cycle?" I said, "Hey, why not? Let's do it." This was freedom to me. This was freedom. This was my first feeling of freedom, because I knew.
That's interesting.
I wasn't gonna be sitting on a chair. I wasn't gonna be sitting in a chair. I wasn't gonna be laying in bed all the time. I was gonna go do a marathon, and I was gonna do it on a bike, and feeling that air hit my face just due to my own power that I still have.
Okay, and that's awesome, totally awesome. But it's interesting to me that you were doing that within 6 months. Most people in your situation would be pissed off at the world that here they are riding in the car, minding their own business, seatbelt on, not drinking, and now you're paralyzed. It seems to me you wouldn't get pissed off at all, or if you did, it didn't last very long.
I did. I was not being nice to the people that were helping me, but like my coach said, and this I'll never forget, and this I tell every
This is Stacy now?
Yes, this is Stacy. Attitude will make you do great things. If you have a great attitude, that's what's gonna help you go through your life.
So you somewhere in that process shifted your attitude.
Yes. I started to learn how to help people help me, which was one of the most important things, because I didn't know how to. I was just expecting for them to know how to put my chair together, how to take the wheels off. They didn't know. I was mad, like, "Oh, you don't know, you do it like this. You don't do that, you flip it." They don't know how to help. So I have to learn how to teach, how to help them help me.
Yeah, I know that I've had this conversation with other guys with wheelchairs. Yeah, it's easier for you to do it yourself than to try to teach them how to put your wheelchair together.
Yes, but of course, when you really can't do it at first, but you know how it's supposed to be done, you're just like, you could walk and you can't do it.
Oh wow, that's a little attitude.
Yeah. I was bad.
So Stacy's the one that helped turn that around.
Yes.
Good
yes.
for her.
Yes.
Yeah, she's an awesome coach.
Yes, she is.
So what part did your family have in all this transition for you from being mad at the world and becoming an athlete?
Well, they were patient.
They were patient.
They were patient.
Okay.
because because I was having an attitude, and I guess they knew, and they didn't want to like treat me like a little kid and be like, oh, you're misbehaving. They just let me be me. And
now, if I remember right, your wife was having a baby at the same time you were in the hospital?
Yes.
You guys were in the same hospital?
No.
Okay.
She was in a different hospital. But when I was still an inpatient, the therapist thought that it would be a great help just mentally, having something else to help me get courage and to help me keep going forward in my life, to go and see how the birth of my son.
But am I remembering this right? He was born while you were in the hospital?
Yes, he was born while I was still in the hospital. So his birthday, it's around the anniversary of
your accident.
Of my accident, yes.
Wow. So what would you tell other people about triathlons? Would you tell people to get involved in triathlon?
Yes.
Why?
Yes. Oh, it brings so much joy. Just the people. Just walking into the parking lot, seeing everybody taking their bikes, the attitude. We all go there for the same exact thing. Yeah. If you don't love it, you're not there. If you're not a morning person, you're not there.
Yeah.
So, but you love it. You know what it takes, and I think we all know and what it takes. And of course, we're all at different levels. And
I find we're competing with ourselves more than anybody else. I race against my previous time more than I do. Well, I race against you once in a while. Yeah.
Well, you try it, right?
Yeah, I lose, but I try.
It's okay. It's okay, Peter.
You got more wheels. Yeah, shut up. You got more wheels than I got.
And gears.
Oh, okay, gears too. Okay. So you kind of wrapping this up. Is there a saying or a phrase or something that kind of keeps you going? Because you got a tough road. I mean, it's not simple to be in a wheelchair and do all the things you do. I've seen you pull up in your car and watched you get out of your car, one wheel, one chair, then the other wheel, put it all together, get yourself in your chair, go around the back of your car, get your bike out, and go to the practice. I've seen you do that all by yourself.
Peter,
I wanted to videotape it once because it was so inspiring.
Hey, you should. Hey, let me know whenever you want to. I think I say do your best and be positive. Do your best, have the best attitude that you can, and be decisive. Know if you want to do it and act on it. And if you don't, just get out of the way. Get out of the way. Let other people do it.
Get out of the way.
Get out of the way. Let other people do it. I do encourage able bodies and other athletes with disabilities to go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
I was encouraged to go swim. Elizabeth Gutierrez said, "Hey, let's go swim," and I said, "All right, I don't know how to swim. Let's give it a shot. Let's give it a shot."
Tell me about the first race you did. Who did you compete with?
I competed against I don't know, like 15 kids must have been, and they all beat me on my first triathlon, which made me feel bad, but it gave me this. I started to realize things.
Interesting. Go ahead.
I started to realize things because they all beat me.
All the kids beat you.
All the kids got out of the water, and they all started on their bikes, and I was still not on the water. I was still not out of the water.
Yeah.
But I got out. I was I was having a bad attitude even though I was doing it because it took me a long time, and because I was scared of the water. Even though I had plenty of people there around me, I just felt bad. I couldn't do it. But I had after the finish line, I finished it because I said, "Oh, okay. Well, I have to finish it. I cannot leave it halfway." So I did, and I just put my head down, continued trying to get dressed and go home, I guess. But here comes Carrie telling me, "You did it. You did it." And just the fact that she came to encourage me, to tell me that I did it, like that I did good, that's so good. After you have this type of accidents or have certain disability, and they still tell you you did good. You're still doing good things.
Yeah. And who's Carrie?
Carrie, it's the one of the founders of Dare to Try.
Yeah, yeah.
Great encouragement.
Awesome lady. Yeah, awesome
that's
lady.
where I felt that. I felt the way she said it, the heart she said it with. So I said, yeah, I did it. You're right, I did it. So I said, I'm gonna do one more after this, and I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna do it all.
Okay.
And I'm not gonna let any kids beat me. And I'm gonna do a sprint. And I did. Obviously, no kids beat me at that one. And then I couldn't stop doing them.
Was that Wakanda by chance?
I'm not
you
sure.
and I raced in Wakanda. I'm wondering if that was the season that happened. It doesn't really matter.
I'm not sure, but yes, Wakanda was. I was the last one, but I did it. I felt I did great. I did. My time was not the best, but I swam the whole thing. I was confident because I had gone to practice a lot, and
well, it's a tough
race.
course because of the hills. There's some hills, and,
Yeah,
and a hand cycle that would be tough. I mean, it's hard enough on my bike. So, but anyway, hey, thanks very much for sharing your story, man. It's very, very inspiring, and you know, we just want to remind you that we're part of Dare to Try. And the people we're talking about, Carrie and Stacy, are some of Stacy's the coach for all of us athletes, and Carrie's one of the founders and the executive director of Dare to Try. And we're a group of athletes with disabilities who just love getting out there and competing. The wind in our face. We don't always love it when the water's cold or the air is cold, but we race anyway because, you know, I'm not sure why we do it.
I don't know. I ask myself, why am I doing the water so cold? Why am I doing there? Once I see the finish line, and it's this feeling of accomplishment that the entry fee don't buy. It's not about that. It's what gives you that feeling. It's yourself. You give it to yourself, but you can only give it to yourself if you complete the whole course. And thank you also by allowing me to.
Yeah, it's always interesting to be around people like the guys on our team and the gals on our team because they all share this same determination and a tenacity to finish and get out there no matter what at 6 o'clock in the morning and jump in that freezing cold water.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh, and not even not just them, all the volunteers.
Volunteers.
I give thanks to all the volunteers that could be sleeping at home at 5 in the morning, but they're there next to us, asking us, helping us move stuff around, all the gear.
It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, they're awesome people.
Yeah.
So thanks very much, buddy. Appreciate it.
Hey, thank you, Peter.
All right, we'll see you at the next race.
Hey, you'll see. Hey, I'll wait for you at the finish line.
Oh, smarty.
All right. There will always be a spot for you behind me.